Yo, is this thing even freaking broadcasting or what? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, indubitably. What we got? Shilajit, chat mode. My ancient book. I'll keep that there. That looks like I was in my study. I am in my study. I'll tell you all about it. Happy New Year's. I mean, I say that tongue in cheek because while I know it was a fake New Year, the real one is in April, but it does feel like a new year because our phones say 2026 now. So I did wake up this morning going, what should I do differently this year? Is it um I can think of many things. Running around outside more, uh, making cooler videos, but it has to be decisively decisive. Shout out to Swing, man. Swing, what's flopping, man? Shout out to Vince, Flat Globe Denier. Again, that's such a play on words. Vince, Sawdust, and Pure Grace. Shout out to Pure Grace, who likes the book. You know, the funny thing about the book is that everyone's like, can you PDF it? Well, let me fix this chair. Which way is it going? Everyone says, like, can you PDF, like, scan it, make it in a PDF, and sell it? Dude, it's not like a secret hidden book, really. Like, you can get the full PDF already for free on Google if you type it in. It's not, and to be honest, like, I love the lore of this book. Like, 1888 book says, like, don't cut the cord, which it basically does say. But and I haven't read the vaccination part of it. I don't know if it talks about vaccinations, but it's not like I have spiritual teaching books. Like I have books called The Fluoride Deception. Like these are books that are banned on Amazon. Those are dope. This is dope. This is great and cool too. But I'm just saying. Exactly, Eva. Exactly. It's serious. By the way, so let me just tell you this. Nestle just got exposed. Nestle to where they have to change the title of their chocolate. It can no longer say chocolate on Nestle chocolate bar products. They are not allowed to say chocolate on Kit Kats, Twix, Mars bars, etc. They're able to only say candy bar. I thought that was just with Kraft Singles. Kraft Singles came out and said, look, we cannot call it cheese anymore. They cannot legally call it cheese. Instead, they call it, what do they even call Kraft Singles? Kraft Singles. It's not called cheese. So Nestle figured out that because of a law, which I was surprised to hear, they cannot call their chocolate bars chocolate anymore, which is freaking crazy, dude. Like, we're in 2026. I thought we'd be in flying cars. But we're in a world where they have to change the definition of a bar of candy bar, chocolate bar action to meet some regulation. So it's insane. So what I wanted to mention is if you want real chocolate, real cacao, real antioxidants, detoxificants, brain functionificants, that's not a word, but I made it up and I'm allowed to patent that. I should patent it. Ceylon cinnamon and organic coconut milk powder and all these other superfoods. That's in the chocolate powder, which we're giving away 4 or 5 bags tonight. Organic heirloom cacao. Let me explain something though. Not wild cacao. I don't even know if you can find wild cacao in the world. It's certified organic cacao. They don't spray anything on it. And it's certified heirloom cacao, which means they genetically tested it with some profile, like I'm talking microscope, and they figured that this is 99.8% or something like it's 98.9 or 99.8% heirloom cacao. This is the real organic heirloom cacao that exists in the world. It's freaking amazing. We're giving 4 or 5 bags away. And the way the deal works is this. You guys have seen me mention before, it's new year, new you. It's time to detox. It's time to decalcify our pineal glands. If you have never pulled the trig, so to speak, on superfoods, we're talking about the hot water purified Shilajit, which is a hormone optimizer and a fertility booster. Or should I say, if I was trying to be proper for the terms of meta, I should say it supports fertility. I mean, technically, it does boost fertility, but I will say it supports fertility. It's very good for fertility and your reproductive organ function. Shilajit, we have 12 clinical studies on it. Optimizes your endocrine system, supports fertility, stimulates the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. Neuro is neuron, genesis is generate. It supports the generation of new neurons, which is memory, concentration, cognition, focus, and more. It's freaking amazing. And yes, they are that far away from real chocolate. Vince said, are they that far away from real chocolate? It has to contain a certain amount, a percent of cacao to be called chocolate. So they can't call it a chocolate bar anymore because it's so low. Like I don't know, 5% or some shit. It's crazy, dude. So they're cutting it with seed oils. It's totally toxic. Halloween, a million kids have basically seed oil bars. It's shocking. Shout out to Xena 2, Aloe, new on here. Thank you for what you do. I love Aloe. I'll tell you all about it. Shout out to Xena, though. Welcome to Rumble. We're discussing something shocking. I have a lot to cover, but I just wanted to mention first, for you guys, we have, for the first people who came to the live, we have 4 or 5 bags of the chocolate left to give away. And we're talking about the Shilajit right now, which Bruce Lee took, Genghis Khan took, Arnold Schwarzenegger took, and it was secretly studied by the Russian military for 4 decades, dude. Like, we're not, like, it's serious. So the way the deal works is this. It's first come, first serve. You got to go to choq.com, and I just put the website link in the comments. So there's choq.com, choq.com. Click that link so you're bumped first in line. Shout out to Chris James. Shout out to Xena. Shout out to Everachi. And, well, let me say one thing. Shilajit in its natural form is solid. So to become a tar resin, which is what the majority of Shilajit purveyors sell, it has to be diluted with minimum 20 to 30% water. And so even though they call Shilajit tar resin a concentrate, it is in fact, by nature, a diluted, like it's diluted. It is the opposite of a concentrate. What's the opposite of a concentrate? A dilution. 20 to 30% water. Whereas the Shilajit, hot water purified, water is evaporated, making it a potent actual concentrate. That's what you're getting with the Shilajit. So the way the deal works, to get the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder, you got to go to choq.com and go add any male or female or performance stack to your cart. Apply the discount code 44LIFE, 44LIFE. You get a lifetime 44% off discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. Of course, this keeps the lights on the stream, and you're also supporting a family-owned small business that was founded in Texas, ships out of Georgia, and has an all-American customer service team that sources the highest quality superfoods, herbs, and herb extracts from around the globe. Globe. No, but I'm not joking. Around the world, the whole wide flat plane that we're on, Choq has the best. I'm not even joking. It's been 2019. It's been since 2019. They're the only product or service I promoted in 2026, 7. Come September, it'll be 7 years full bore. I'm not joking, man. So go to choq.com, bookmark it, watermark it, screenshot it, save it, send it to your grandparents, because we're talking about something that is not a willy-nilly thing, which you find all over Amazon. You can get Shilajit for a dime a dozen, pennies on the dollar. You can get ashwagandha, for example, which is in the male and female vitality stack. Our ashwagandha is clinically studied to boost melatonin production, so it supports healthy, let me just get that to focus here. It supports your hormones in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. It's considered the king of herbs in India, and it has many detoxification properties, but what it does is it optimizes your melatonin production in conjunction with your circadian rhythm. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. And it's a hormone optimizer and a fertility booster. That's why in India they call it the king of herbs or queen of herbs, depending on which gender you're focusing upon. But if you use that discount code 44LIFE, it's a lifetime discount. Any subscription or bundle, I recommend getting a stack, and you get a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. And I do recommend, by the way, today I was quadruple dosing the chocolate, the Chad mode, brother. And I want to read, I don't know if it's healthy, but I drink at least 30 ounces of lit powder a day, Vince says. Well, Vince, because you have the lit, I'm sure you read on the back of it that Montezuma, the ruler of the Aztecs, was known to drink several chalices of cacao daily. to maintain his strength and stamina while presiding over his massive empire. That's what you get to read on the back of the chocolate bag. Montezuma. I forgot even that guy's name exists. So, yes, I'm sure that's healthier than drinking 30 ounces of fluoride a day, Vince. In fact, by about a mile. Shout out to Zena, who's French. But here's the thing. Are you Quebec French or are you France French? Because if you're in Quebec, then I can say, Calice de tabarnak, esti, and I could say all these different French swear words. But if you're in France, I think it's different swear words. Let me know. I know many different swear words for different countries, different languages, rather. A distillate. Yeah, exactly. Flat globe denier. Exactly, man. Pure Gray says, teach me about copper, please. Uses in energy and parasite distribution process due to frequency, maybe, exclamation mark, question mark. So here's the thing, Pure Grace, like, dude, from what I heard, honestly, there is a guy named, hold on a sec. There is a guy named Augenis Vonderplanets, like he's got a funny name. He is dead now, and people think he was killed. And he is on TV interviews talking about how he documented himself eating fish, chicken, whatever, that was 100% confirmed to be contaminated with pinworms and other types of parasites, okay? Eggs or whatever, right? Dude, he ate it raw, uncooked, documented the whole thing, proven, and he did not get any parasites from all that stuff that he consumed. His thing that he was getting, why the hell would you eat freaking fish infected with pinworms? Because he believed that the mainstream had created a fear-mongering campaign to profit off of sales of pharmaceuticals to do with parasites. And he said, if your microbiome, if your gut bacteria and your vessel is to a particular degree, you're not getting parasites, dude. They cannot live in you. They cannot colonize in you. And from what I heard, he went to Thailand and he was like 64 years old or 66 years old. And in Thailand, he was found deceased. I don't even know what the official story, like if they say he jumped off a building or whatever. But you gotta understand, he was on whatever show that was where doctors on TV, like it was like it wasn't a reality, I guess you'd call it a reality show, but he was a guest like on like a Dr. Phil type place. And he was like, dude, this is bullshit. Like I've had raw chicken, raw this, raw that, and you guys say it's all bad, but if it's a healthy animal and it's raised and it's processed properly, like you can eat it, no problem. It's in fact more dangerous to eat lettuce. More people die a year from eating lettuce than raw meat. And he was throwing a wrench in the gears, and people think they killed him for it. And he does have a few books as well. So my point is that this is what people say. When you have a fish tank, and the fish gets sick, do you vaccinate the fish or do you change the water in the tank? And his thing was, it's the environment, not the fish you need to focus on. It's the environment. So how this transposes to us is, it's not, it's our environment inside of us. And this gets into germ theory too, where people say there's no such thing like a germ. Like if your microbiome is good, I know of a guy from a friend of mine who's like off grid, grows all of his own food, raises his own animals, is like 95% sustaining himself without the grid, with me, like without, like he does buy propane and gas and stuff, but everything else is contained, right? And he knows a guy who they've hung out with who can eat like literally deadly mushrooms that will kill your ass. And he eats them. And I'm not saying obviously do not do this, but he eats them and he's fine. And they watched him eat it, and he survived. And he's like, dude, I've been eating this, that, and the other. Apparently, what the ancient Nordics and ancient Celts and even the Native Americans did is when their kids were young, they would start them off with Yeah, have a sip of water out of that puddle. Have a sip of water out of that mud, wallow, and have a few sips of this. And then eventually, boom, bang, bang, you can drink out of the river any time of year, no matter what, and you're not having the shits. You're not having a problem. And it's building up the microbiome. But do you know if you take antibiotics for one round of antibiotics can take up to 7 years to repair your gut microbiome from the wipeout, the nuclear bomb, which don't exist, but let's just say the big explosion that happens in your gut microbiome when you have a round of antibiotics. I'm not saying antibiotics have no purpose. I think they probably have saved many people's lives. But they're also pretty freaking hardcore and they're definitely overprescribed. I went into the doctor once in 2018 or 19, and I almost told you guys this story on the live previously. And by the way, there's like apparently 5 or 6 people at checkout right now. So if you're on the site, you're on choq.com right now, make sure you apply the discount code 44life on your subscription. If you get a male or female vitality stack, you are getting the $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order automatically. And if you use that code 44life, it drops the price by 44% off for life, which you can cancel or modify your subscription anytime. Just keep in mind a lot of the clinically studied benefits, like literally tonight, you can order, place your order, you're getting the free lit, and you can cancel your subscription. However, because you're getting 44% off for life, as opposed to like 10% off, which is the usual, and because the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days, it is like we're talking about, yeah, you're getting a freebie, but you want to think about the fact that you're getting a lifetime discount on a combination of superfoods that over time, over consistent consumption, it's like you're incorporating them into your lifestyle. That's what Copper Rock does. That's what Lou does. Vince and Sane, all you guys have a ton of chalk or have gotten a bunch of chalk, and you know that there is something interesting that happens when you have consistent dose every day. We are exposed every day to microplastics, phthalates, pesticides, heavy metals, all this crazy shit. It's important to get superfoods into us every single day as well. Um, by the way, Copper said put lit in everything except tacos. It's funny he says that because a lot of apparently the secret to like a really really good freaking tomato sauce is some chocolate. It cuts the acidity or something. Have you guys heard of that? Just don't do chocolate prawns, which we know Gordon Ramsay has a video roasting that guy for doing that. Anyways, so we were kayaking and I got bit by a black fly, and I've been bit by literally tens of thousands of black flies in my life. No problem. This one bit me, and I'm telling you guys, this is like, I guess, a personal thing, but it's not like embarrassing or anything. It's just what the fuck happened. I got bit by a black fly next to my belly button on my stomach. No problem. Wipe it off, whatever. Over the next like 6 months, that was in the summer and then it was in winter. So over the next 6 months, the bite like healed over, but then for some reason it became a bump. And then slowly it became, and this is like kind of gruesome, it became like a fucking growth. And like picture a gigantic, I know this is kind of gross. If you're eating like Copper Rock says, now I'm hungry. Well, chill, dude. I'm about to forget about all that for a second, man. Picture like a fucking giant mole, but it not looking like a mole. It looked like normal skin, but it was this weird fucking growth, man. So I'm dealing with this growth thinking like one day it's gonna fall off or it's gonna go back or what the fuck's going on. Anyway, it starts to be a problem because anytime I brush up against anything, it like bleeds. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is this thing on my freaking, and I have videos of it you don't want to see, but when I finally dealt with it, I'll tell you about it. And so this growth is growing on my belly button. That is from a bug that I've been bit by a million times. But what I think happened was this bug bit me on a vein. And when the vein healed over, it healed over slightly off center, which sent the blood to like a different part of my skin or something, and it started making this like boil, for fuck's sakes. Like, it's crazy. So I'm in Kelowna in British Columbia, and I'm bumping into shit, bleeding, and I'm like, dude, this is too much. So I go to a medicine man. I call the local, like, I type in like native like native residents, or what do you call it, reserve, and I get in contact, and I go, hey, I'm just looking for, like, where's the medicine man at? Like, I'm thinking organically, right? And he goes, on the phone, he goes, well, what tribe are you a part of? And I go, oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not native, but like, I really respect the way you guys, know what you're doing and all that with the natural world. And then he goes, okay, call this number. He gives me a number to call. I call this guy. I get his address. And he says, come on over to his house. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's on West Kelowna's side. So it's on the other side of the lake. And I zoom in on his house before I go there. And this is not to be like funny or whatever, but there's a bunch of native reserves here too. And like, for whatever reason, I guess it is kind of a scam. I will say, the fact that you have to pay to get rid of um, garbage, like you have to pay a dump fee to dump stuff, incentivizes people who don't have a ton of extra cash to just like dump shit in their yard. Like, I know a guy who, a girl I went to school with, her dad was a drywaller, and she told me her whole life her dad would just dig holes in the backyard and bury drywall. And so there's like a huge drywall dump in this guy's backyard that's so illegal out the yin yang. And you'll get your ass handed to you by the EPA or whatever our equivalent is over here. Um, but anyways, my point is that I zoomed in on this guy's house, and I'm like, it does look like a reserve. Like, there's like cars, like lawn ornaments, all kinds of stuff. So I go to his house. Long story short, I go to this guy's house. Lovely family. They took us in, man. Like, they treated us as one of their own. And he has a big, what do you call it, where you go underneath, like a sweat lodge. He had that there. But anyway, we're there. And he says, Mrs. Shane Vibes, is it your exactly, Pure Grace, exactly. But what was interesting is that he asked Mrs. Shane Vibes if it was her time of the month before we did this ritual outside of collecting this thing. He said that would help me. And she goes, no. And he's like, okay, all of you guys take a pinch of tobacco. So we take a pinch of tobacco out of his hand. And we like, Everachi, the 44% off lifetime discount should work if it's on a subscription. Make sure that you're using the code 44life on a subscription. It only works on the subscriptions. You can't. So this is the way it works. There's two different options when you go to Chalk. It's the one-time orders and the subscription orders. You want to get a subscription, one, because it is cheaper with that 44% off discount, and two, because that's how you get the freebie on today's or tonight's live. As long as you're getting a male or female or a performance stack. And the performance stack has the Chad mode in it, by the way. I do recommend every single person gets the Chad mode. Like, it is a life change. I don't leave the house without it. If it's midday, whatever, and it's the morning, I do love my Chad mode. Like, it has a special place in my heart. It has a Chad on it. So it's 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, and it has organic blue spirulina in it as well. So it's super detoxing. I do recommend throwing that on your order, because you're getting 44% off for life. But so Iverachi, make sure you're putting a subscription in your cart and applying that discount on the subscription. Otherwise, that discount will not work on a one-time order. It's a subscription discount only. But like I said, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But just keep in mind the clinically studied benefits. This is something you want to incorporate into your lifestyle rather than take once or for 3 weeks straight. Like, obviously that's better than never taking it, but it's something that you want to get consistently. Let me know as soon as that order goes through, by the way, and you will get the free $100 bag of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. I'm so stoked for you, Iverachi. So anyways, we spread tobacco everywhere in this forest and throw a few sprigs of tobacco around. And then he harvests the sap from this like jack pine tree or this big pine tree in his yard. And he gives me this and he says, put this on your freaking growth and it like should go away. And I'm like, oh, okay, dope. Long story short, go home. I'm putting this sap on my wound. And I do totally like, dude, the sap from pine trees is so insanely useful. It would blow your mind. If you type in the nearest pine tree to you, find out the species, find out the benefits of that sap. We're talking uh like it's a natural glue, it's antiseptic, it's a wound repair. If you have an actual wound, like my thing wasn't a wound, it was a weird growth. His thing, like, so this sap is good for so many fucking things. It just wasn't quite good for this. So I am stoked that he gave me it. But um my point is it didn't work. And I went to the doctor just to see what he would say. And he's like, oh dude, we got to tie a string around this thing and just kind of cut the circulation off of it and it will fall off. But oh, do you want some antibiotics? Or you need to take antibiotics in case it gets infected? And I said, well, wait, it's not infected. Like it's not infected, right? He goes, no. I said, so why don't I wait until and or if it gets infected before I take antibiotics, which will wipe the shit upside down out of my gut microbiome. I didn't say that. He says, oh, okay, no antibiotics, no problem. But he's like itching to like scratch that on a piece of paper for my prescription. Anyway, the string trick did work. And my point is that they do overprescribe antibiotics and that they do wipe out your gut microbiome hardcore. And the other problem is that they're finding antibiotics like, you know, that this is why even buying organic food is not enough and why we need to, especially in 2026, prioritize detoxing and boosting our system and whatnot and our microbiome. In the grocery store, the misters that mist even the organic produce, it's not water, dude. Cyvamp said the stream froze. I don't think did the stream freeze, guys? Because I'm looking at full bars, no drop frames. I think we should be good, but comment below if the stream froze. It should be giving her though, but let me know. What gets sprayed on this on our produce is something called okay, thanks, butter. It's just your Wi-Fi Cyvamp. Turn on the 5G, should be good. They spray something called, what was it again? I'll remember the name of it, but there's a product that they add to the water that mists the food at grocery stores, and it is an antibiotic. It has antibiotics in it. And that's what they mist the food with. It's absolutely fucking insane. One of you guys must know the name of it. But we're talking about something they add to the jug that mists our food. And not to mention, Ivarachi, if you can get any subscription with that discount, that 44% off lifetime discount. You can get any subscription with that. The only thing is, if you want the $100 bag of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, which literally probably like, I don't know, 40% of people on here, maybe 60% of people watching right now have had it and love it. You get this free if you get a male or female or performance stack. So I do recommend, because you're getting a 44% off discount and it's a new year, new you, even though it's a fake new year, get a stack, get a performance stack. I love the performance stack. Or just get 3 of something. Like you could get the Shilajit, #1 supplement for men and women. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells. You guys heard me tell you how freaking amazing the Shilajit is. Get this, get the ashwagandha, and get a Chad mode. Or get a Tongkat Ali, get a Action 2.0, and get a Chad mode. I do recommend the Chad mode. If you get 3 of something, you're getting the free lit included in your order. So I do recommend the Chad mode. You got to try that. Add that on top of whatever it is. You're going to be stoked about it. It's blue spirulina, man. It's a binder. Everyone's talking about binders. Blue spirulina binds to free radicals, phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, heavy metals, all kinds of stuff. Produce Max. Will, Dude, everyone give Will a round of applause and a hand on the back and a pat on the sack, man, because honestly, Will, he is sometimes he's wild, man. Will can be off the rail sometimes, but he's always dialed. But sometimes he's talking about this, that, the other. He just completely named it. It's called Produce Max. So shout out to Will. Will, virtual punch in the forehead, man, out of love. Like, you're a freaking beauty, man. It's called Produce Max. And it has antibiotics in it, and they spray even organic produce with it. Chemstar makes it. He even knows the maker of it. Will is not willy-nillying around, man. Shout out to Will. Um, he lives, by the way, near where John, what's his name? John, I have a whole post on it. John King? No, no, no. What's that place in California with like the notoriously most hardcore police force? Um, I'll zoom in on the map. I'll tell you where it is. But he lives near there. Will is a freaking beauty, man. Dude, Will puts the Chad mode in capsules for his sister. He hooks his sister up with all these superfoods. He's a dear brother, man. And I don't have a sister. I only have brothers. Will's got sisters. You guys may have only brothers, only sisters. I only got brothers. I'm the middle child. And you know what's funny about siblings? It's more than a friend, man. Your sibling, you went through the same, you got the same parents. And there's a bond that is no matter what. And I know my parents, for example, like my dad has some siblings who he doesn't talk to much. My mom has some siblings that they don't talk too much, which is not the ideal thing. Back in the day, it's like your siblings, like you got to get the fuck along or you got to get figured it out because you guys are siblings. But it's a bond that's unbreakable. That as close as you can be with a friend, it's impossible to be closer than with a sibling because you guys went through the same, you were in the same house, man. And you guys saw each other and you saw each other grow up. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I don't know why I just, But Will said, we live in a clown world. I don't know when to quit. I'm just overwhelmed by all this crap that's going on. Yeah, Will, dude, put your bare feet on the ground in your backyard now while you're on this live. And remember, and I mean this as genuine as you possibly be genuine. Will, you should be almost literally mentally high from the thought of that God put you exactly where you are right now for a divine purpose. You may be thinking, I wish I was over here. I wish I was there. I wish I did this. I did do that. That's the wrong thinking. You're exactly where you're meant to be. There's upgrades and improvements that we get to look forward to. But never, ever, ever think you wish you woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's too many people who wish they woulda, coulda, shoulda. And they live in the past and live in regret. And I don't think that you haven't given me any inclination that you feel like that, Will. But dude, forget about you're overwhelmed, whatever. Put your feet on the ground. Boom. I'm right where I'm meant to be. Boom. God put me here for a reason. Boom. And you're fired up and you're looking forward to the next day the sun rises, man. Every day is a freaking gift. So shout out to Will, man. And shout out to Aloha. Aloha. I saw your lovely New Year's pictures on Facebook. Dude, Will, Aloha. I didn't realize that. On my Facebook page, you're one of like 11 people I follow on my main like Connecting Consciousness Facebook page. So I'm following like conspiracy this, conspiracy that, and then this like Aloha Patriots like personal Facebook page with his wife. Like it's just funny. Scrolling through my feed is like conspiracy, conspiracy. Then it's like Aloha Patriot and his wife like kissing on New Year's. That's awesome though, dude. I'm stoked you had a good time and that nothing exploded on New Year's, except in Sweden. Did you guys hear about this? It was a freaking bomb. Like it wasn't a bomb. It was as of now, it was a fire that broke out in some ski resort, and apparently dozens of people perished, man. And I know this is dragging the conversation down, but rest in peace to any of the people in was it Sweden or was it Switzerland? I think it was Switzerland who perished in an unfortunate, seemingly totally unfortunate situation where a fire burned a bunch of people. and I don't know what the Sam damn the cause of it. They're investigating it basically, but um, Butter said we put half a stick of dynamite in a 150-pound pumpkin. Texas AF, excellent, dude. Are you telling me you didn't get a freaking video of that, man? Do you guys do tannerite over there too? I believe he did. Yo, Cliff Diver, let me know if there's something I missed on your thing, man. Just to make sure I didn't. Me too, Will. I'm a nut in the supermarket checking numbers and names on the fruit. I know, Lou. But Lou, isn't there a bunch? There should be a number of Amish people around you, really. Sane said it was Switzerland. That's right, Sane. It was Switzerland. Butter dog, half a stick of dynamite. That's like a firecracker, man. You got to get 10 sticks, man, for it to really be wild. uh, um, okay, hold on a second. Congratulations to who just got a, what is that? Someone just got a stack and a Chad mode. So they got a male or female stack and they got a Chad mode, which means they're getting a free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in their order. Congratulations to who just got a stack and a Chad mode. You're going to be freaking stoked. And that means that if you got a male stack, you got the Chalk Daily, which boosts total testosterone 21% in 90 days, clinically studied. It boosts sperm count and sperm motility. It's a hormone optimizer and it increases muscle mass, muscle recovery, and muscle endurance. So you're going to feel a million times better if you're in the gym or do anything athletic. They got the daily. The Tomcat, which is in the male stack, which boosts free. So this is, hold on, I got to slow down here. Our Tomcat Ali is certified wild crafted from Malaysia. The vast majority of Tomcat Ali is farmed from China. Ours is clinically studied to boost free testosterone 87% in 21 days on average. It's a hormone optimizer. It boosts sperm count and sperm motility. It increases muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery, just like the Chalk Daily does, but in a different way. It is a superfood and it's considered to be basically the king of herbs in Malaysia. And then the third one in the male stack, which is also in the female stack, is the certified organic ashwagandha, which is 14 times as potent as conventional ashwagandha. It's a hormone optimizer, it's a fertility booster, it stimulates the production of melatonin. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. And it's, put it this way, out of the 43 clinical studies, if you read them, I will read them one day on the live. Sleep, stress response, and mood and focus. There's a reason it's the king of herbs in India. So congratulations to who just got the stack, which means that we have 3 more bags of chocolate powder left to give away for free. Whoever got the stack and the Chad mode, you're getting a free lit. So if you're listening to this right now, this $100 bag, big, huge ass pound of freaking cacao with a bunch of superfoods in it is yours, and it won't show up on your checkout, but it will be physically placed into your box when it's packed up. So shout out to that dear soul, and thank you for keeping the lights on the stream, for keeping the fire going on the stream, and also for being a dear soul. I mean, what else can I say? And investing into yourself and your own vibration, man. Copper said, speaking of overwhelming, I hear that one. I don't know what it is, but man, alive lately, it's been rough. I appreciate all you guys here in the group. It's been helping me out. Dude, shut up to Copper Rock. Listen, Copper Rock, don't even willy-nilly me around, man. You seem like one of the pillars of the live, of the group, of the community here. So for you to take a knee and say it can be tough, man. All I know is this, dude. We are coming to a head. Like some shit's about to go down. But the last shit that went down that I can remember that was epic was the Freedom Convoy, which was an organic protest and not an inside job psyop. So I have all the highest hopes, the highest vibrations for whatever happens next, because the last organic thing that happened, which was people rising together, rising up and saying no, was freaking epic, dude. And so, Copper Rock, who knows, man? If stuff goes crazy and there's movements and we have to band together and traverse this continent, we could be in the same convoy, hunkering down, water but no food, food but no water. Nothing that our ancestors didn't go through. In fact, you know what they say is that we are all um, little kings. You know why they call us little kings? Because um, we have the amenities today that a king would have 300 years ago. Hot running raw water, all kinds of meat you can buy, dairy, um, books. Fucking, we have the amenities that a king would have, but it has come at a price of people who think that well, it just makes you a little bit of a Cornish hen, you know. So we got to be humble with it and whatnot. Dude, shout out to Butterdog, man. Butterdog is flapping, dude. He is built different. If you guys knew the lore and the come up of Butterdog, you'd be literally shocked. Kendall says, I come across at least 15 videos in just these last few hours, and every one of them people are saying they're done paying taxes. Yo, yo, yo. Shut the heck up for a second, Kendall. You know that people are about to. Do you realize that? Okay, let me tell you guys something serious. I just watched a video of Ian, what's his name? Ian Smith. Ian Smith runs he did run a gym, like a fitness gym. And during COVID, he refused to shut his doors. So all the mainstream media was roasting him, saying like this, he's an anti-vaxxer, he's a conspiracy theorist. And he just kept his doors wide open and said, fuck off. And so he was flamed. He also did, I was shocked to see, but it's not a big deal, but he did get pinched for a DUI. Like I did see but he was, it's the most, look, don't drink and drive. But if you do, watch his video, and that's how you handle a drunken driving course. You don't fight and argue and get aggressive and all that. He said, oh, fuck, okay. He handled it right, but he did, you know, and he accepts. Anyway, it's not about his DUI. This fucking guy posted a video in front of his like I don't even know what motorcycle he has, but apparently it's fucking nice because everyone's commenting like, "Yo, you have that bike?" I don't know if it's a BMW or what it is, like a fucking Harley or what, but it sounds dope. It looks freaking epic. Jet black, matte black, looks cool. And he's sitting on his bike and he's pointing to the ceiling, and it says, "Epstein files. They're totally redacted. You can't see shit. New government plan. Send 50 billion to Ukraine." And he points his other finger over here. Somali fucking daycare centers, billion like millions of dollars gone. Boom. And he shows all these articles of like shit that shows you that shit is seriously upside down. And then he says, government taxes are due. They say, government taxes are due. He turns around, rifles through the back of his motorcycle, pulls down his toque, which turns into a like balaclava where just his eyes are showing. So he literally looks like a guy from like The Purge or something. He pulls out a piece of paper that says, "Go fuck yourself." And he gives like a double finger to dude, I think he may have single-handedly because I watched that and I was like inspired. I'm like, bro, every guy just put on a balaclava and walked out and said, no, we're not paying shit. What are they gonna do, man? They can't do anything. And so I watched this and I got fired up. And it made me think some different thoughts. I'll tell you guys about them later, but there is a very real possibility of a massive, the biggest ever and most shocking tax strike. I'm not telling you to do it. People are saying don't pay taxes this year. Um, I am stoked for that protest, man. Do you realize if you pay 30% in tax, depending if you're in Florida, there's no, what is the thing? It's swing. What's the taxes like in Florida? Swing. Just tell me this. I'm not asking you. I'm just asking you this. If you make 100 grand in Florida, how much in taxes do you, or let's say if you make 60 grand in Florida, how much taxes do you pay? Let me know. But my point is that if everyone says fuck off with taxes, they will be flustered, bro. You can buy silver water, but it's expensive. Just put silver in your bottle, drink off it. Same, same. Copper rock. I do think colloidal silver is different than just putting a silver coin in water, but let me know what the exact difference is because that's very interesting. Cliff said they only made pennies like that in the state for exactly 36 years. I'm sure it's just a coincidence though. 369. Huh. Cliff, don't even flap me, man. That does sound shocking, dude. Dude, aloha. So I think this is a pretty big deal because we just found out about, oh my gosh, wow. Okay, who just said 369? Cliff, DM me, dude. I got a synchronicity out the yin yang for you. Okay, Cliff, let me just tell you something. Now I'm feeling totally vibrational. Cliff, I've never seen your face to my knowledge. I don't know where you live per se, but let me tell you something that should absolutely fire you up. You are, because of this synchronicity, 100% precisely where you are meant to be right this moment. And I'm not even, I know someone will say, like, you found my video. You've been sent here. This is divine. I'm not even really saying that. I just mean in general, like, I want to get you fired up because you just said 369, and I just checked a very important analytic, and that comes to 369. And I just checked it literally after you said that. So that is called a synchronicity, which means both of us are and I would say everyone on here as well. In fact, in general, not an atom in the universe is out of place. There's not a single atom out of place in the entire universe. So we're all where we're meant to be. But Cliff Diver, you just said 369. Shut the front door, man, because that's a pretty big freaking deal. Anyway, what I wanted to say is I was hearing something. I was wondering what I was listening to. Congratulations. Hold on. Everyone shut the front door for a second. Someone just got a max stack and a male stack in the same order. So the max stack is like more chalk supplements than I could hold in two hands. And someone got a max stack and a male stack. They probably got the Chad mode too, I'm psychically detecting. But whoever just got a gigantic, literally box full of chalk, blessings to your dear soul, because you are also getting a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order because you got a stack. So congratulations to just got a massive freaking order. And that means we have two, I don't know, what did I say? Two or three left of the chocolate powder bags left to give away. If you get a male or female stack or a max and male stack at chalk.com. And remember, you're getting 44% off for life on your subscription using the code 44life. So make sure you apply that on the subscription. It only works on the subscription, not on the one-time orders. It works on subscriptions only. Make sure you apply that discount and you're getting the free lid powder. So shout out to who just got, and again, sometimes, I mean, to be honest, 60 or 65% of the time that someone orders on the live, they don't have a Rumble account or they just stay anonymous. And I don't even get to shout them out. But someone just got a gigantic freaking order. And someone before that got a stack as well. And I don't know who that is of you guys. Now, why does my Twitter keep blowing up? Like, who's following me on Twitter? Like, am I did I go viral on, or no, you know what it is? I know what it is. So I'm kind of blowing up on TikTok right now, which I'm not like woo, like whatever, you know. But TikTok is blowing up its ass right now, millions and millions of views. And the only reason I'm posting on TikTok, this is the funny thing about it. The only reason I'm posting on TikTok is because TikTok has a better video editor than Instagram. So I record a video on TikTok, edit it, and to download it without watermark, you have to post it. So I'm just posting everything. I don't even look, I wasn't even looking at the comments or anything. And I had gotten 50,000 followers deleted, 55,000 followers deleted. But now I've changed my post style and I kind of know what TikTok doesn't like without compromising my message and shit. And we're at 145,000 followers in literally like 2 weeks on TikTok. Now, numbers mean nothing. Like, I'm not sitting here going, guys, listen to my numbers. Let me tell you, I got 6,000 likes. This isn't the point, but I guess I'm just telling you guys something I would tell you if you were sitting in front of me and you're like a friend, right? Like, yo, my TikTok's popping off. However, TikTok is not really too valuable because it can be deleted so fast and everything. But I do have a shout out to my Rumble channel in my bio of TikTok to at least hopefully get something out of it. Like, come on over to Rumble, you know? But anyway, my point is that TikTok hates anything about chemtrails, the Illuminati, or flat Earth, or 9/11. They are extremely flustered about all those things, where you can get away with that on Instagram, mostly no problem. But where was I going with that? Oh, the difference in audience from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook is literally like, I don't even want to get into it, but let's just see. Does anyone understand what I'm saying? The difference in the audience in TikTok versus Facebook versus Instagram? Let me know your thoughts if you pick up what I'm putting down because it is kind of it is literally shocking. Papa Rock said today was a good day here, dude. Butterdog, I gotta talk to you privately, dude, on a encrypted fucking chat because what I got to say about TikTok is just hilarious, dude. Yes, here's the thing. Copper said today was a good day. The vibes are real. Dude, today. Okay, so out my window, there's usually the sun. Where's my hand? Right where my finger is. There's usually the sun rises. I say usually, that's not even proper. In the summer, midsummer, the sun rises right there. Right now, the sun is rising directly that way. The sun, when it comes in my window, just barely shines to this TV or to my fireplace, rather. Some people still think it's a fireplace. The sun is moving around, man. And is it because we're on a ball? We can talk about all that. But my point is, it was so beautiful this morning. February and January are statistically much, much sunnier than uh, December. December's cloudy. We get a couple big snowfalls, and then all of a sudden you have a beautiful, bright blue sky and lots of snow and lovely, lovely, gorgeous air. And it's just so lovely, man. How did that come up? I don't know. Just because it was a nice day. Shout out to Copper Rock, man. Um, Aloha said it got pretty dark for a lot of us after Charlie Kirk was murdered, but I'm glad things are starting to get better. Yes, yes. I do wonder, like Aloha, you saw the chair glitching and everything. Like, I do wonder about that whole thing. Like, it was shocking, man, for sure. Parachi said no. Rothschild mentioned. I think there might be a language barrier. Um, Sonny said, please everyone send positive thoughts for us to sell our land. Let's manifest me in a tiny house on a tiny homestead with good people on the same wave of awareness. Okay, everyone quantumly don't actually hold on. Do not visualize Sunny in a tiny house on a tiny homestead. Visualize Sunny in her most optimal situation. So visualize Sunny floating around in the highest possible outcome. Because Sonny, you could be in a mid-sized place. Like for example, Sonny, I drove to Kelowna from Edmonton, which is like an 8-hour drive into the mountains. And I was like trying to get to Vancouver, but I'm like, we'll just rent some place like on the coast for a few months. But everything was like pretty pricey. And we ended up, shut up, Sonny, listen to this. This is shocking. We end up, there is an organic farm. It's actually a pretty fucking funny story. It was a vegan, it was a vegan farm that had rescued animals that, I mean, they're fucking bankrupt now because that's not really too sustainable. Like, come look at these animals. We see it. Like, I could talk about the vegan part of it, but long story short, they had a farm where they had rescued animals, and then they had their home that had a prefab home at the back corner of it on like a big farm property, but they didn't grow anything. All they had was like saved fucking animals. Like, it's kind of cringe, but I get it. It's like, save this cow. But it's like, fuck, man, like, God gave us dominion. Don't worry about it. You can milk a cow. You're not killing the cow by milking it. But anyways, we manifested. This Airbnb was going for $300 a night. We manifested it to be $1,200 a month, and we lived there for 6 months. And we heard there's fucking packs of coyotes at night. We saw owls all over the place. My cat faced off with a mouse, and the mouse stood its ground and back and stood up literally on its two legs and like fucking, what did mice do? Squeak squeaky squawked at this cat and stood off at this cat. And I had fond memories, but I had no idea that that was planned for me. I'm over here going, what do I do? Where do I go? Where are we gonna find? And landed on my lap was an amazing spot to live. So, Sonny, you're thinking tiny home, tiny house. How about think highest possible outcome and know that you've already achieved it, that you've already manifested it, that it is already now. That's what I think for you, Sonny. Militant Vegan Homestead. Yes, she literally was like, wow, there's like people who rented our house here who said they were vegan, but I saw wrappers in the recycling of like bags of meat. It was like that, dude. Hold on. What's Copper talking about? Hold on. Verace, Loha said they're all great in their own way. So sad, Cliff Diver. What's sad, Cliff Diver? Thank you, Shane. There's many options like Earth ships are cool too. That's right, Sonny. Or you could be in a treehouse, Sonny. You don't know. You guys got redwoods over there. Aloha said the evil elite families are going down this year. Mark my words. NCSWIC. Shout out to Aloha, man. Earthship with fishing option. Yes. Yes, 100%. Can we take a minute to follow each other on this platform? Yes. Shout out to Sunny, who loves us all. Guys, keep in mind, Sunny is actually, get this, she freaking in 1968, before all of you were born, all of you were just little babies. Actually, you were still in your dad's sack and your mom's egg sack. In 1968, Sunny designed the Orange County flag in Orange County, California. In 1968, in her 11th grade, she is the reason that flag looks that way right now. And if you guys live in Orange County and you don't say aloha to freaking Sunny, then you might be flustering around because she designed that flag and it's just so incredible. Well, Sunny, hold on a second though. She said, I don't want to stay in Humboldt though. Well, hold on, Sunny. You just reinforced a negative with to desire without having. You don't. You want, which is to desire without having. It sounds like, Sonny, that what you mean to say is you are open to every and the best, most optimal outcome that may, like, for example, that may be outside of Humboldt County or Humboldt Place. What if there's a tiny home down the road over the side of the hill you never seen before, and it's the best place and it's the best property and there's organic cows and it's a raw Amish farm? Like, you don't know. But I do get that maybe that place you don't want to be in, Humboldt, but you do want to think about um, what you do want, not what you don't want. So instead of I don't want to be humbled, how about I am looking forward to seeing what my highest optimal outcome is in whichever area God brings me to. That's I know what you're thinking, Sonny, but you got to be careful with the wording. You know, Averachi said, "I'm starting a 59-acre community in Baja. The lights on my truck are called Bajas, so the aftermarket ones. I miss Orange County because there's one in Florida too. LOL. Shout out to Aloha. Did you know Sonny freaking drew that? Incredible. Um, Laguna Hills. Hey, you guys really did live in California, dude. California to me is like, oh, holy shit. Hold on, everyone, pipe it down for a second. Someone just got a female stack, and someone just got a Chad mode. Two different people. Someone got a female stack. Which female on here just got a female stack, or which male lovingly provided for his female by buying her a female stack? Shout out to the lovely person who just got a female stack, and whoever got the Chad mode, you will absolutely love it. That means we literally have, I guess, what, 2 chocolate powders left to give away for free. If you've ever heard what we're doing right now, we're giving away free $100 bags of the chocolate powder, the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Super detoxing, super delicious, heavy metal tested, certified heirloom. They genetically tested it. It's freaking amazing. You will love it. This is getting included for free in orders at choq.com, choq.com, that I just put in the chat. It's getting included in orders. Choq is based in the United States, ships out of Texas, founded in Texas, ships out of Georgia rather, and has an all-American customer service team. So this is a legitness organization action, which I have partnered with since 2019. The only product or service I have promoted. And by the way, people were telling me to promote organic this, that, or the other. Butterdog, I don't know what the hell's going on with you, dude, but you're flying off the freaking rails, dude. Shout out to Butterdog, though. Free lit powder, and this is the way the deal works. Go to choq.com, add a male or a female or a performance stack to your cart. Apply the discount code 44life. You get a lifetime 44% off discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, and automatically you're getting a $100 bag of the chocolate powder. I should mention, in the female stack, you're having the purified shilajit, the organic ashwagandha, and the wild crafted Irish moss. So listen to this for a second. Most moss is farmed in the Caribbean. It's full of microplastics. None of the islands in the Caribbean treat their gray water. None of them. I lived on in Grenada. It's a chill country, it's a chill place, but they do not treat their gray water. It goes directly into the ocean. And that is where they farm in their little bays the Irish moss. It's full of fucking plastics and phthalates and all kinds of crazy stuff, which is unfortunate. Choq went above and beyond to get a source of wild crafted Irish moss from Nova Scotia in Canada. That is in the female stack. The Irish moss has the full matrix of minerals. It rebuilds your DNA. It increases nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. And even if you're eating 100% organically today, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals, which means one of the benefits of the Irish moss, which is in the female stack, is that you get more nutrients from the food you're already eating now, which is freaking, it's a flapping benefit, man. I can't even believe it. So if you're on the site right now, you got the female stack in your cart, make sure you apply that discount code 44life to get the discount, lifetime 44% off for life, cancel or modify at any time, and you're getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder. Sonny said, I lived in Arizona. I like it there. I can imagine Arizona is a freaking spot and a half, man. I do love this world, man. It's such an incredible place to go explore. Where I wouldn't go, I would not go to India. Just because I'm not going to India, man. Don't ask me why. I'm not. Um, would I go to Africa? I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to get scammed and like a lot of shit goes on. Like I want to go to, especially when you have a family. You think of like traveling, like, woo, I'll just travel. Wait till you have kids, and you're going, what place can I not be robbed and murdered? Uh, is what you got to think about. And I know there's people who go to Afghanistan and say it was so safe there until you're the couple in 2018 who was riding their bicycles and got ran over by the fucking Taliban. And I'm not trying to be a fearmonger, and I know this conversation just took a turn, but I'm just saying, like, chill places. Well, there's a person I know who goes to Peru every year. They love Peru. They go to Machu Picchu. They say it's pretty fucking safe, man. Like, yeah, there's like shitty garbage in some places and it's like poor, but like it's chill. Brazil, on the other hand, I'm not taking my family to Brazil, man. I don't I don't care about the beach. I don't care about whatever city you say is chill. I'm not going to fucking Brazil. I've seen too many grainy, pixelated outdoor video camera angles of shootings in Brazil. I'm not going to Brazil. I don't care if you went to a village there. It's the same thing. In Mexico, you can go to a chill spot, but you also have, I'm not even worried about the cartel. The cartel is the last thing to really harm the tourists. It's the whole criminality of it. Like there are people who go to Mexico and they're at a resort and they go out of the resort at and go party, and when they come home and they get dropped off at the resort, there's a bunch of robbers there. It's an obvious thing. Like if you're poor as fuck in Mexico and you're a criminal, you're gonna hang out and stake out in front of the resorts, and when drunk tourists come home, you're going to rob them. So if you do go to a resort and you go to a country and the security there tells you, or the workers there tell you, don't leave the resort, you're in the wrong fucking country, dude. Like, I'm just saying. And I did have that happen when we were in Mexico. The guy said, yeah, don't leave the resort. You can go on the approved excursions during the daylight hours to certain places with that's organized with the resort. But don't just go willy-nillying around. I get it. So where am I going with this? Yeah, there's beautiful spots, man. Like I would love to see probably Switzerland. It looks pretty dope, but I do want to see the castles. I need to go to Scotland at some point, probably this summer. The thing is, if you're leaving Canada, the summer is so beautiful, the winter is cold. You're not generally going to go anywhere in the summer because it's already so nice here. It's literally as humid. Like in the summer, I don't smoke cigars too much, although I am pro cigar. Like if you got cigars, it's beautiful. They're organic, they're fermenting, there's health benefits. In the summer, I don't need to do anything to my humidor, which houses my cigars, because it is literally the humidity and temperature of Cuba where I live in the summer. And so I can leave my cigar out on the freaking table and it is the humidity of Cuba. And isn't it interesting that a humidor, Aloha knows all about this, a humidor, the temperature and or the humidity you're setting it to is like the humidity of Cuba. Belize, Sunny, my dear friend, who has a family who's off grid, who lives near me. His dad has a place in Belize, 20 acres, and he pays a Aztec guy to maintain it when he's not there. And when he is there, he's building stuff. Like he's a dude, he's building like all kinds of cabins, properties, houses on his property, smoke houses, hanging like houses where you hang like a building that you hang, the cattle and the animals that they process. And so he has a whole facility. He's a freaking guy that he doesn't stop, man. He just keeps going. He builds, builds, builds. But he has a place in Belize. He loves Belize because it speaks English, it's safe, and it's not that far, and it's freaking awesome. And he's not near the beach. He's out in the boonies. On his street, there's like a couple other Canadians and a couple of Americans on his street who own properties in Belize. It's a great little neighborhood, man. It's freaking awesome. So Belize is a spot, Sonny. If you're gonna take off somewhere, go to Belize, and then with scissors chop up your passport, and you're on your own. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But Belize apparently is quite nice. Um, anyways, my point is that yeah, Jamaica, fuck Jamaica, dude. I mean, I love like I'm not saying if you're Jamaican, like I'm not roasting, but like I know Jamaican guys who are like, yo, like I don't go to Jamaica, like it's sus. And I watched the video of what happened to. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it was Andrew Tate who made a whole video about how horrible his experience was in Jamaica, getting almost killed, but instead just robbed. And I know that shit happens, man. So, it's just a bit of these places, some of these places, man. Even I went to Nassau, the Caribbean, and at the time I was smoking weed, or I was into it. Apparently, a bunch of people are on the site right now. By the way, if you're on the site, make sure you use the coupon code 44life on your subscription. If you get a male or female stack at chalk.com, you are getting a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. So make sure you put that discount code 44life, and you're going to get this beautiful $100 bag organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Shout out to Jake. He said, "Man, I've been detoxing, taking the male stack and chocolate. Also stopped drinking and Zins. I've been having insane deja vu. Is that happening to anyone else?" Okay, Jake, shut the front door, dude, because you are. Look, I'm not gonna willy nilly you around and say it's 100% because of chalk. Because let me just explain. You made a choice, a conscious decision to start detoxing, boost your superfoods, live more consciously. And what's happening is you are being reaffirmed with signs from God that you are like in a good spot. Deja vu means like that's a synchronicity. A deja vu is a synchronicity. So Jake, I'm thrilled for you, bro. And yes, when I first started detoxing, which I was taking, I can't remember what I was taking, but it was before chalk. I first started detoxing and going spring water and going organic. It was deja vu out the freaking yin yang, dude. This is why, you know what, Jake, let me tell you something. This fucking glue bag yesterday, and you're good, man, but Dan, the turtle man, or whatever your fucking name is, I love you, bro. And you should love them for they not know, or whatever the quote is. Like, he thinks I'm an idiot because I talk about things that he doesn't believe, which are called conspiracies, which are literally true. Of course, the science debunks them, though. And he's flustered because I promote organic superfoods alongside my true theories. From his perspective, I'm promoting misinformation and promoting useless supplements. This is what this guy thinks. I get it, bro, that you would think that. But if you had due diligence and cognition, you would actually look at chalk.com, notice that we have clinical studies, lab tests, certifications of authenticity, heavy metal tests, um, fucking percentages of bioactive compounds, articles, scientists. We have our chief scientific officer. We got all kinds of stuff going on, and 5,000 reviews on Trustpilot that are 5 stars, third party verified. That is the highest rated supplement company on Trustpilot. This isn't some willy nilly Amazon Chinese ashwagandha. This is some legit fucking freaking shit stuff, man. So my point is that it is like it is so amazing to see people's comments around the from the DMs to the comments to the posts to the fucking live chat of people experiencing the benefits. I'm not willy-nillying you around, guys. Like, you can probably vibrationally feel that I'm being 100% genuine. These are amazing superfoods that are very good for you. I know there's a million, it's a dime a dozen with the fakers out there, but I'm being legit. And the haters, I said to Chalk today, I was talking to Seaton and I said, dude, do you notice that we have never ever have had someone come after us who is legit? We had Milo, who has no fucking clue of the shit we promote, and he does drink fluoride and thinks that fluoride is good, and he thinks that all this shit's good for you, and it's all fake and toxic. We have this other chick the other day who's roasting us, but we've never had a legit person come after us or Chalk. And that's because Chalk is legit. And I know that's probably sounds like, how do you really quantify that? But what I mean is, anyone who's really like cognitively sound, scientifically sound. I'm not saying I'm scientifically sound because I don't believe half the science that's coming out is all fake. But anyone with like a mind that delves into and gets to the bottom of things has never came out after Chalk, because if you go to Chalk and you actually read the clinical studies and the evidence and the science and all that, like, it's a legit thing, man. We are totally above board. There's no willy-nilly things. The odd thing you can get in trouble for, like, I shouldn't say that the Shilajit or the Tonkat boosts testosterone. I should say that it supports healthy testosterone production. It's a similar thing, but you got to say it differently. For women, it doesn't boost fertility. It supports healthy reproductive organ function. Like there's wording, but it's effectively the same thing. But that's the only thing that they get me on. So yes, shout out to Jake. He said, "Thanks, man. I knew it was the right choice to grab this stuff and clean up everything I put in my body. We have been lied to for far too long about everything. Christ is king." Shout out to Jake, dude. Dude, I do wear my cross proudly, man. Especially after gold prices went up. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I'm just trying to crack you guys up any chance I can. But no, it is true. And it's funny because I have posted in the past, religious books would be better if they remained as trees. I told you guys that. But the more I figure it out, we were created from what? I don't even want to get into it, but yes, Christ is king. We were created. The Lord, and I'm still in my infancy and learning about this stuff, but it is legit. We were created 100%. Yeah, I know, dude. Copper said I tried to watch the Milo stuff. It was too much BS to handle. All I can say, man, is that we're on a very different wavelength than that guy because, well, I'll put it this way, like, it's the tip of the iceberg. But I was strategic in the fact that, well, I'll tell you guys about it in my private subscriber section of my Instagram channel. Anyway, congratulations to who just got the female stack, by the way. Make sure you put that code 44life on. Do not willy-nilly around and accidentally pay full price when we're doing 44% off for life on your subscription. Apply that discount code, and if you get a male or a female or a performance stack, get a $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order automatically. This is the last call. We have 2 left. We're about to actually shut this down. What time is it? Freaking 11, eh? Whatever. Well, the other thing I wanted to say was, hold on a sec. Yeah, Aloha. I could tell you, man. I could tell you all about this freaking guy. Um, yeah, Belize is chill. Certain countries, yeah, fuck. Jamaica, I'm never going, man. I'm sure I could go there and be safe and fine and no problem. But dude, I have these neighbors and they went to uh like Puerto Rico, I think, for last winter, and they uh they had a bad fucking time, man. Like, and she said that everyone there, like, their most prideful thing they have going is how loud their speakers are on their cars. And so it was non-stop, like cars blaring by. And look, I know Puerto Rico, there's beautiful trees, there's beautiful ocean, but you guys get it. There's some countries, there's some places you're just not fucking going. I will never go to Dominican in my life because of what happened to my friend there. Serious corruption, horrifying situation. I will never go to Dominican. I'll probably, the only place I'd ever fucking go at this point with my family would be like the Virgin Islands, whatever U.S. territory that's not Puerto Rico in the Caribbean is. I would go, but that's about it because I'm not trying to go to a place where the freaking guy working at the airport can type in your name, find out your family might have money, and then use the security guards to extort you for cash and frame you for trafficking drugs into their country, threaten you with jail time, and get $50,000 out of your family, which is what happened to my friend. And they're not involved in anything criminal. They're great family, blah, blah, blah. And this fucking thing happened to them in Dominican. So I'm never going to Dominican. And I'm sure I could go there no problem. I could go to a resort. I could book a flight tomorrow and go to freaking Dominican on Friday or whatever day it is today, and be fine. But I'm not. I'd rather go to a place where that's type of shit is not even a thought in my head, man. Also, shout out to Grace said, "How fast are results seen for the pineal gland?" Well, Grace, here's the thing: we got to quantify this because, for one, some of the top superfoods for the pineal gland is either the shilajit, the Irish moss, which are both in the female stack, and the chocolate because it's heirloom cacao, which has a super high dose of antioxidants, and it's considered to be one of the top superfoods for the pineal gland. So I do love the lip powder; it's super good for your pineal gland, but you don't want to look at it like check your pocket watch once you pop your first capsule of the Shilajit. You don't want to be looking at the calendar when you have your first chocolate, you know. You want to think about how, like, there's no clinical study on how fast are results seen from taking chalk with your pineal gland. That doesn't really exist, so to speak. But if you talk to Jake Nunley just said that he's having all this deja vu since taking chalk, which he got on Black Friday. Um, so that's been like what, a month? Deja vu is your connection to source. It's showing you that you're on the right path, and it's this sign that you're exactly where you're meant to be, and it definitely is intrinsically connected with your pineal gland. So for him, it's been a month. On average, 30% of Chalk's active subscribers report feeling a difference from taking chalk within the first few days. Another 30% is within the first um, couple weeks. Oh, Jake said, I actually started on the 26th of December, so it's only been a week. Wow. Holy shit. So Jake's been taking the male stack and the lit for a week and is getting deja vus. Uh, Guys, I'm telling you, it's clinically studied. A bunch of people are at checkout right now. Make sure that you please use that code 44life. Supports the stream, keeps the lights on, and also it's a massive freaking discount. And you're getting the free lit powder as long as you get a male or female or a performance stack. My husband and I went to Jamaica way back and didn't listen to stay in the resort. We did a tour in this cave with a guide and we went deep and he robbed us. Wouldn't show us out. He could have killed us. Lou, I have a funny feeling that in some countries, the likelihood of that happening is a lot lower. I didn't finish my story, and I'm so glad you survived, Lou. Like, yeah, fuck places like that. They totally. It's horrifying. Imagine you had kids, Lou. You and your husband with your kids, and this guy takes you to a fucking cave and says you can't come out unless you give me all your money, and also if I feel like stabbing you, I will. Like, it's horrible. When I was in uh, the Bahamas, this guy comes up to me, yo man, you want to buy some weed? I'm like, yeah, okay, like sure, like I want to get stoned on this boat. That would be freaking dope. And so I give him like 20 US. He gives me some joints. I get on the boat, get onto the deck of the boat, and I try to light one up. He gave me fucking grass, man, or some leaf. Like it was not weed. It was 100% not weed. I got completely scammed. And um, and then here's another scam. These guys, I don't know, man, they just can't shoot straight. I'm in another part of, I think I was on Nassau, and this other guy was like, yo, man, like, you want to buy some weed? Dude, this fucking restaurant was a total psyop. Like, this restaurant on the beach, you think they're selling food? They were harassing me to buy cocaine. It was like, buy weed. I'd never done coke in my life. Buy coke. You want some coke, man? And they just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And I'm like, no, I just want weed. I want like a little ass bit of weed because I'm going on the boat and the boat is going back to the States and I'm not bringing a big ass bag of weed. I just want a small amount of weed for like one night. Just give me a twin, man. Like, give me a fucking couple of joints. So after barely letting me only buy weed and trying to get me to buy all this other shit, he's like, okay, meet me on the beach, man. I'm like, okay, thanks. I go to the beach. He brings this fucking conch that's like this big, and he's like, "Yo, you gotta buy the conch too." And that's another $20. I'm trying to buy $20 worth of weed. He needs me to buy the conch too because the weed is in the conch. I'm like, bro, I don't need a fucking conch. I need the weed. And he's like, no, man, like people can be watching, man. Like you gotta take the whole. I'm like, bro, I don't want this giant ass shell. I just give me the bag of weed. He's like, no. So he wouldn't. So I'm like, okay, fuck. Just give me this shit. Gives me this conch with a fucking bag of weed jammed in it. Like, okay, see ya. Okay, thanks. And I leave. And it actually was weed and it wasn't laced and it was all good. But um then another time, hold on a second. Someone just got a Chad mode and a performance stack. Okay, hold on. Someone just got a performance stack, which has a Chad mode, a Tomcat, and a Action 2.0 in it. But then they got another Chad mode. So they're getting pure organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, 150 milligrams organic caffeine per scoop, and they're getting the blue spirulina in there. But they got basically two Chad modes, a Tomcat and an Action 2.0, and they used the code 44 life. So they got 44% off on their subscription for life at chalk.com. Guys, this is, I guess, the fully last call. We have one more bag of chocolate powder left to give away on the live. Go to chalk.com, get a male stack rather, pack, female stack, or a performance stack. You're getting a $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order. And this is the last call. So then Cliff Diver says, ever since I started my detox regimen, now whenever I close my eyes, I see what looks like spinning sacred geometry lights. That when I focus, I can make stop and spin the other way. Cliff, that is freaking wild, dude. Are you willy-nillying me, man? Holy crappers. Yeah, Jake, dude, don't think you need to flee the US. I get it when people like go to Costa Rica and become like expats or whatever. But dude, stay. I'm not going to some third world country to escape the tyranny of Canada. Like, I'm not going to. The only place I'd go to, the only place I'd move to is the US. That's the only place in the world. I'm not going to fucking England. Are you nuts? I'm certainly not going to, like, Australia is kind of in the hell in a handbasket. Same with Canada. The only place I would move to in the world is the US. So I know some people will be like, well, no, like, why? Like, Belize is chill, but the way I figure it too, shit hits the fan. You're an outsider, man. You're not Belizean. You're not Costa Rican. You're not fucking Mexican. Well, maybe one of you guys are. If you're in Mexico, that's chill. But um, like, as soon as shit hits the fan, people become very, like in prison, for example, it's completely race based. Like, the Asians hang out with Asians, the Europeans hang out with the Europeans, the Africans hang out with the Africans, and you actually like are supposed to pretty much only associate with your own race. Otherwise, they think like, what the fuck you doing hanging out with the Italians, you know? Except, you know what's funny? Back in the day, it was like the Italians and the Irish and the blah blah blah, and now it's like because the demographics have totally changed. It's like anyone who's European descent hangs out. Anyone of Asian descent, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting. But I'm saying if shit hits the fan, like, you don't want to be the Irishman living in Jamaica. I mean, ideally, you're maybe thinking people would see above that, only skin deep or whatever. But like, shit does happen, man. Like, you are an outsider there. You'd rather be. Um, I would rather be in fucking Tennessee with a bunch of dudes and their families and my family with trucks and tractors and gas and cows and wood burning stoves in a million years than being Dominican. It's just not my place, man, you know? But anyway, my point is that um my point is that yeah, that's true, Everachi. Like, maybe I'd go to Poland, but I don't speak Polish, but I could learn it quickly. Hungary is also chill, and I have I actually could become a Hungarian citizen pretty quick if I wanted to because of Mrs. Shane Vibes. Really, she's got her Hungarian citizenship, so I could be Hungarian if I want. Although she's never been there or and whatnot, but um, they're very interesting regardless. But yeah, so my point is that America, yeah, dude, it's people love to hate on America, but I don't know, and I do know, like, yeah, America, GMOs, like chemicals, like I get it. What country is better than the United States? And I'm saying this as a Canadian, and I'm not saying this to like bend the knee or like suck up to anyone. Like, I'm being genuine. Like, what country is better than the United States? Bulgaria? Like, I love Bulgaria. You guys probably have. I know everyone in their backyard has a still, and they're making their own with like alcohol, and they eat shish kebabs and fucking they have sauerkraut, and I do love that. It's such a beautiful culture. Like, And I don't like any cities. So I would never live in a city no matter what country I went to. America's amazing. Would I want to live in fucking Dallas or something? Like, I would not want to be in a city no matter what city it was. The only city that was chill was Kelowna, which has 100,000 people, or Edmonton, which actually has 1 million people, but, and I would not go back to Edmonton, but it was a chill city. Some cities are a bit more hectic. In 1 million years, I'd never live in Toronto. Never fucking live in Vancouver. It's cloudy 250 days of the year. Maybe not that many, but it's like pretty cloudy there. And it's a shitstorm in Hastings Street. I had to explain to my little one tonight about homeless people. And she's like, "What? Like they don't have a house?" I'm like, "Yeah, like they live on the streets." And like she's like, "Well, can't they build a house?" I'm like, "You know what? I bet you a lot of them are physically capable." It's a funny thing explaining to a little one, eh? Um, about how these things work. Like, and I had to say, well, they're on drugs. Like, drugs are these things that people take that are bad. And they make your head go crazy. Like, I don't know. I tried to explain it as best I could, but I remember the first time I saw a homeless person in Toronto with my parents, and I'm like, "Can't we give him money?" And they're like, "No, like he's on drugs. Like he's just gonna go buy drugs." I'm like, "Well, fuck. What do you do with a homeless person who's on drugs then?" You know, um, it's just like, what do you do? Well, RFK Jr. said we should send them to organic farms. They should become organic farmers. You know, um, I do know that I could fix things if I was the supreme leader of North America. I would say cut the fentanyl now. Uh, Organic food mandatory. GMOs banned. Everyone go work on an organic farm. And you know what's funny? The trad life kind of thing. I saw an interesting perspective about it. The woman said for hundreds and hundreds of years, it wasn't the dad goes out and works and the mom stays home and cleans the house. It was that the dad and mom work the land of their property with their children. For thousands of years, that's how it was. It's only been about less than 100 years that dad leaves the house all day and mom maintains the household with the kids. It was always that they worked the land. And now less than one some odd percent of people are 1% of families or houses or whatever are farmers. Like they have changed shit around fast. You know what I mean? So it's shocking, man. So we'll get back to that. Oh my gosh, it's about to be 11:11 at 1:1. 6, it's about to be 11:11 at January 1st. And 2026 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is 10, which is 1. So it's about to be 111, 1111. Are you guys ready for this 111111111 portal we're about to be in? Get ready, guys. um, This is the last call, by the way, for the free lit. We're literally about to shut her down. You guys, if you have your live notifications on, we'll see you on tomorrow night's live. If you order at chalk.com tonight, you're getting 44% off your subscription for life. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. If you get a male or a female stack, you are getting a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order automatically for free. And let me just see if that picture took optimally. Boom, bang, bing. Free lit, man. Free, beautiful lit. Let me just send this. Hold on a sec. Shout out to Butterdog. Bang, bang. Okay, guys. Thank you, dear souls, all of you, for joining. This was a freaking ripper. I think we had fun. I think we did indeed. Turn on live notifications so you know when we're live tomorrow. We'll see you guys on the next live. You get a free lit if you get a stack tonight. And thank you all for joining. This was a good hangout, I think. Shout out to Will for remembering Produce Max. Shout out to Aloha who joined. Welcome, Aloha. It's been a while, dude. Shout out to Lou, Cliff, Everachi, Sunny, of course. Jake, dude, Jake, I'm stoked for you, man. Pure Grace, Grace seems similarly new as well. Shout out to Grace. Love you, Grace. And Blackjack. Shout out to Blackjack, man. Okay, we'll see you guys on tomorrow's live. Much love and thank you all for joining. All right, keep your head on a swivel. All right.